What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing well. So whether you're wanting to start out your therapy practice or if you're starting some sort of side hustle to increase your passive income, no matter what way you slice it, starting a business is hard. And now, after building 2 successful businesses of my own, I've found that the hugest asset contributing to my success is knowledge. And though all of my graduate training equipped me to be an incredibly skillful therapist, most of the knowledge involved in launching successful businesses was knowledge that I did not yet have by the time I graduated. But once I did get access to this knowledge, the rest was gravy when it came to starting these 2 businesses. It's not rocket science, it's knowledge mixed with discipline, and yeah, a little bit of luck. Being in the right place at the right time. Guess what? Knowledge typically costs money, and sometimes it costs a lot of money. And those of us who are therapists have already forked out a pretty penny getting our clinical training to be a therapist. So we usually don't really have much money lying around to help us build the knowledge we need around building a business. Now, since I've built my businesses and grown my income, I've become a bit of an online course junkie. I love learning about YouTube related stuff, business related stuff. And yeah, these courses range anywhere from a couple of $100s per course all the way up to several $1,000s for one course. But when I was first starting private practice, I hardly had $100 to spend on my business, let alone hundreds or thousands of dollars. So when I titled this video about how to start a business for cheap, what I'm really getting at is how to access that knowledge for super cheap. Because once you have that knowledge, you can start a successful business too. So here are my kind of sneaky tips for how to access the knowledge you need to launch a successful business for super cheap. And yes, if you want to, you can access the knowledge you need for free. Sleuthy tip number 1, Skillshare. Yes, you heard me, Skillshare. I have to admit, up until last month, Skillshare was not even on my radar. But then I was looking into, how to get better at making YouTube videos. I found that a YouTuber that I follow offered their course through Skillshare, and I checked it out and I discovered how amazing Skillshare is. I think of Skillshare as the Netflix for online learning. So the model is that you pay a subscription, whether you do it on an annual basis or a monthly basis, and you get unlimited access to all of the Skillshare courses available. You can binge watch as much as you want, and it costs you the same as if you just did one course. Now, this is a total game changer because typically you're signing up for one course at a time, and each course, as we said, can cost hundreds or thousands of dollars, whereas through Skillshare, you can get access to everything for one subscription price. But this tip gets even more cheap and sleuthy than that, because Skillshare typically offers a 7-day free trial, which sure, you can binge a course or 2 probably in that amount of time, but I have an affiliate link with Skillshare which extends that free trial to 30 days. So if you use the link in the description box, you can have a 30-day free trial of Skillshare, which let's just say you can binge a whole bunch of learning in 30 days if that's where you're at in life. And as a bonus, if you really do want to sign on for a longer term Skillshare membership, I have a coupon code for 30% off below as well. So you're welcome. Whatever kind of business you're hoping to start, there's probably something relevant to your business idea on Skillshare that's going to help you. Now, the next tip is free, and it feels like a trade secret because I genuinely have never heard anyone talk about this, but SEMrush has free courses available on SEO and content marketing. No matter what kind of business you're starting, tools around SEO and content marketing will be so helpful to you. I've built both of my businesses on SEO. Yes, even though I'm here on YouTube, most of my business comes through my website through SEO. And I also learned the majority of what I know about SEO through SEMrush's free classes. All you need to do is create a login for free with them, and you have access to an array of free courses. They are really well done. They're straight to the point, and you learn some stuff that is just really hard to access anywhere else. Just check it out. It's great. My next tip to build your knowledge for free is through Teachable's free Summits. Now, this is a less on-demand option as some of the other ones where you can just kind of go do them anytime, but if you sign up for a free account with Teachable, you have access to all of their summits, which are incredibly valuable, not just about building courses, though of course if you want to build a course, you can access information about that, but they cover all kinds of topics related to business success, and it's free for all Teachable members, including folks with a free membership. Now, I believe the way they have it set up currently is that if you have the free version of Teachable, you pretty much can only access those summits live or maybe just nearby in time to when the summit is happening. But if you have even the lowest priced paid version of Teachable, then you have unlimited access to all of their prior summits through Teachable U. Teachable offers a 14-day free trial, so if you wanted to kind of hop in and check those out before committing to actually paying for Teachable, you can go back and find all those prior summits as well, which cover so many relevant business related topics, and so you can do it for free basically. And the fourth place where you can access free knowledge is through, of course, YouTube. I mean, I know that's a little inception-y, right? Because you're watching me for free on YouTube as I tell you to watch things for free on YouTube. Anything that I wasn't able to learn through a more formal course, often a one that I access for free, as we've talked about already, I just look it up on YouTube. One thing I really like about YouTube is videos tend to be much shorter than a formal course, so it feels like a much more reasonable commitment. You can learn smaller tasks at a time. And I'm gonna say it out loud because a lot of people don't say this, but you really can find pretty much everything that you might find in a paid course on YouTube. The item you're paying for in the paid course is that curated step-by-step sense of direction, which is very helpful to have, and also kind of the unique point of view of this one person's perspective kind of guiding you through. But if you're willing to put in a little bit of like scrappy grit, you can still find all of that information for free on YouTube. It's legitimately what I did when I started both of my businesses. Okay, and that brings us to our next tip, which is freebies. Now, obviously the stuff I'm talking about is all free, but when I say the word freebies, I'm specifically referring to a context where some sort of content creator is offering you some knowledge, a PDF, a training, something like that, in exchange for your email. So you're getting a free product from them, and the cost of it is giving somebody your email for it. And of course, that signs you up for their email newsletter, where at some point down the road, they're inevitably going to try to sell you something that costs money. But of course, you don't ever have to buy that item if you don't want. And you can always unsubscribe from their email list as soon as you get their freebie. Now, in one freebie, you're not going to find the end all be all of what you need to launch your business. It's a freebie after all. But if you get 10 freebies from different people in your field, well, you're gonna get a whole lot of information, and if you don't wanna be on those 10 different email lists, just unsubscribe. Those freebies are not usually throwaway content, not from the good creators. I spent probably 20 hours on my freebie that I have out there because I wanna show folks, hey, I make good content. Even my free stuff is good, so if you ever want to buy something from me, you can count on it being just as good and better than that freebie. The easiest way to find freebies is to look for the content influencers in your field in the areas that you're wanting to learn about, and literally just hop onto their website and see if they're announcing a freebie. Okay, the next free tip feels so obvious, so under our noses that I think hardly anyone actually leverages it, and that's your local library. It's free, it's your tax dollars at work, so you might as well reap the benefits of it. But I have learned so many incredible things for free just by going to my library first and seeing what information was available there. I think you might be surprised just how much information you can learn from your local library, and yes, specifically around building a business as well. Okay, now so far everything that I've mentioned on this list could potentially be free, assuming you leverage some of those free trials for some of the items. But the next item, admittedly, is not free, but it is still very much worth putting on this list, and that is course bundles. Now, a course bundle is when a group of creators, professionals, experts lump their trainings and offerings together into a single bundle that you purchase, and it's significantly cheaper. often some of the courses within the bundle are valued at the same price as the bundle as a whole. So it's a sweet deal. About a year into launching Private Practice Skills, I saw one of these course bundles float into my inbox for $100, which isn't cheap, it's not free, but I looked inside and I saw that there were a few course offerings that were relevant to me. I bought the bundle and I took so many courses that have been game changers for my business. I learned about Instagram strategy, marketing strategy, branding, how to grow an email list and sell products to the email list. And of course, I've made that money back many times over at this point, and I believe accessing probably the thousands of dollars of courses available in that $100 course bundle really made a difference for me. I'm pretty excited to talk about course bundles as well, because I'm excited to have an excuse to tell you about a course bundle that I'm contributing one of my trainings into, and it's going to release in just a few days. It's called Therabundle. Now, Therabundle has over 40 different trainings included in the bundle. It's specifically for therapists, a lot of private practice related content. It is over $3,500 worth of trainings for one price of $97. So if you want to get in on that a little bit early, you can join the waitlist. I've linked to that in the description below, and more on that next week. I genuinely believe that if you want to access all of the knowledge that you need to launch a successful business for free, you can do so, because that's what I did. I didn't spend money gaining this knowledge early on with Private Practice Skills. I was scrappy and I implemented these tips. And let me be clear that this video is not like a course bashing video or paid knowledge bashing video. I offer paid courses as well. I am a online course junkie now that I have the revenue to justify paying for those online courses, but I do know what it's like to not have the money to pay for those. If you're in that boat, hope you found this helpful. You're welcome. And before we close, I'd like to thank TherapyNotes.com for sponsoring this video. TherapyNotes is an all-encompassing practice management system. If you are launching a practice, you do need to find a way to manage all of those things, from scheduling to notes to billing. They have a HIPAA-secure telehealth platform for you to meet with your clients. So if you'd like to check out TherapyNotes, you can get 2 months to try it for free with no commitment, just by clicking the link in the description of this video. Well, I hope you found this video helpful if you're looking to start a business and do it on the cheap. I genuinely still use these tools to this day, even now that I also pay real money for like the bigger courses that are expensive, because this stuff works. And until next time, from one therapist to another, I wish you well.